And on today's video,
I was in the club like, why are they not attractive enough? Like that. Most of these chicks, guys, you're not gonna want to pay. I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of these chicks, you feel like you should be for free. I ain't gonna lie.
You'll be very happy there, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. Trust me. I mean, stop the show. I don't know anything about those clapper sounds, but yeah, you'll be happy.
welcome back manze to the Radar Files. I am your host kama kawa. Yo Frache. Manze, it is the bitter things in life that matter. And today's topic is something very critical. Most people feel like they are under pressure because of immigration. Black Americans and other Europeans are immigrating in this country called Kenya. And they are coming with their ideologies, their expectations, and some of them are eroding our values. And how do Kenyans respond? Some are responding by violence against them, and others are actually embracing them. Well, let's dive into the video and figure out what is happening. A video by O'Shea Duke Jackson. Black American man disrespects Kenyan women. Big mistake.
If you're a black man and you're looking to travel, there are a few places you can go to. The Dominican Republic remains supreme. So is Colombia. And who can forget about Brazil? But now the continent of Africa is starting to hit hard. So many black Americans moving to the continent. Africa no longer has the same image of being just poor and without resources. It has plenty of resources. And they have some of the most beautiful women in the planet. Cities like Nairobi, Kenya have everything that you will want in a city.
Well, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Africa is just a rich place, rich with beauty, rich with resources, and right now we are saturating these internet spaces. But the most critical thing you should know about Kenya is our diversity. If you visit other countries, you will realize that they are homogeneous. They are of a certain kind of look. But when you come to Kenya, there are very multiple different groups living together and coexisting. Hao ni kama Bantus, Nilotes, Kushites, and even within those categories, kuna multiple other minor categories that separate us or that define us and build up on our diversity.
Good infrastructure, good internet, international brands, and of course, beautiful women. If you like black women, there's no way you can go to Kenya and not be happy. If you love black women, you'll be very happy there, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. Trust me. I mean, stop the show. I don't know anything about those clapper sounds, but yeah, you'll be happy.
Hapo hivyo wana refer to hawa passport bros, and passport chicks. Tusisahau pia kuna madem wenye wanapenda pia kumove from. There are women who like moving even from those countries and coming to this country Kenya only to find men that can so clapping, chicks clapping sounds.
And of course, this brought other brothers to come to the continent. Guys like Austin Holloman have really been influencing a lot of men to come and check it out. And this is where Jay Rello have really...
This guy, especially this Austin Holloman or whoever, he has really been glazing our country. Good thing about him is that he's also embracing our values. Giving good values to the society. Hakuji kuzierode.
Really been influencing a lot of men to come and check it out. And this is where Jay Rello comes in. Now, Jay Rello right now is going by the moniker Scott Inslee. He's a YouTuber and he's pretty much like a travel guy. He typically gets banned. His YouTube channels kind of get banned. And what he does is... So he has a reputation of being banned. This guy is our topic today. Kuna venye ali behave, it didn't impress a lot of people and it got him to get some backlash on the internet. Begs for money to travel, okay? I'm not here to hate on that style of getting money, but yeah, his audience, he fundraises, he goes all over the world and they pay for it. He goes, he vlogs his experience, and of course, he also vlogs his clap sessions.
God damn! What the fuck do you mean? Huyu msee ana swim in the waters zenye hatutaki kujua. He actually films his clapping sessions. Aye, round of applause. Round of applause. This guy is literally a pornography actor.
Jay Rello is known for having sex on camera with the young ladies that he's dealing with, and he will typically post that on his X account. All right, this is important. So Jay Rello came to Nairobi, Kenya, and within the first 2 days, he was unhappy.
You can tell by the discomfort of the girls around him. They know eventually they are going to end up in a video where they are being turned upside down. Their viscous innards are being
Happy.
Out here, you know, I take my hat off to Austin for moving out here because I'm looking around at the infrastructure and I'm like, I would not want to be around all of this poverty. I ain't gonna lie, coming from the United States and living here, it feels like a downgrade.
The fuck? You think we live in poverty? My nigga, we are the richest you can ever imagine. Huko hivyo kwenyu mmekewa malozi zingine zenye hata hazieleweki. Alafu nakuja hapa hivi kutuambia sisi tuko in poverty. Yes, to some extent we are a third world country. But also remember, we live the richest life you can ever live. Kwenyu, if you go back to your country, you Jairelo, you guy, how much will it cost you to live on a natural diet? I hope it is millions. And that is our privilege huku hivi mtaani.
I thought it was going to be like a better infrastructure, but it just like, you know, you're in Africa and it's you know, it's like, it feels like, you know, how you see like those National Geographic commercials and stuff. Like, it's probably like 2 steps up from like hut living is what it feels. But
What? It is because of ideologies like these ones that Africa doesn't grow, that this Kenyan country doesn't grow. You realize sasa mseka huyu, he's actually influencing some young people, and this is a totally negative influence, given that we have had the reputation of this guy mwenye ana behave venye anadai. So right now he's talking about we are just a little upgrade from Manyata houses, from these weird houses. Ni kuonyesha this guy has no love for his origins, for his culture. Kenye tu tunashare na umse, the only thing we are sharing is the color code.
I mean, they got nice like buildings, but like it just when you go outside and you just look, it just looks that's like, it just, the poverty, the visuals is just poverty. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
I mean, from outside looking in, you are going to think, utaifikiria tu hivyo, you're going to think about it like that. But for us who have grown, for me, I have lived in this country for over 2 decades. I am now in my mid-20s, and if you ask me, kwenye tuko, there has been a lot of improvements. Ungekuja hapa hivi 10-20 years ago, hata sijui ungesema nini. I even doubt you would have landed at the airport.
It's not as bad as I could imagine somewhere else being, right? So I'm gonna give it probably like a 6 on how bad it's like blown away right now that these chicks are so ugly to me, guys. I'm like, I was in the club like, why are they not attractive enough? Like, most of these chicks, guys, you're not gonna want to pay. I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of these chicks, you feel like you should be for free. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, it makes sense. Kwenye umetoka, you are used to seeing BBLs and women who have modified their bodies. Ukifika huku mtaani, you will realize that Kenyan women are a little bit natural, and the natural way for you, hapa hivi kidogo imekukataa, because of your ideologies.
You want to use your reason, like, blown away that so much of a city could have so many average to ugly looking women, yo. It's just like,
so
to be honest, most women in these clubs, they are not the most good looking. If you want to find good looking women, women who have the purest of the skin tones, come on, piga lap huku hivi kwa nini zetu, kwa villages. If you want to find women that are attractive and are of a higher quality, piga lap kwa residential places where families exist. Otherwise, if you are going to the clubs are saturated with people who have sikubaya lakini, but we all know that mademu wengi wenye wako kwa hizi clubs, they are usually people trying to escape from poverty, and hapo hivyo where you find them, they are actually working, and most of them are not even there by their own will. They are just being pimped out. What do you mean?
This is where it first starts, right? Like, he's talking about the women are ugly, the country is not really developed coming from America. And I find that interesting because Jay Rello has been to a lot of countries that are underdeveloped. But again, he's talking about how ugly and how unattractive the Kenyan women are. And in my honest estimation, that is not true for me. But hey, he's entitled to his own opinion.
Not true.
But while he's calling them ugly, he did say this.
The shit y'all see on social media and with them dancing and smiling and all of that, it is nothing like that when you get here in ground. These chicks, they have a permanent mean mug on their face that's just like, oh my. Like, I was smiling at chicks and they still was mugging. Like, you know how you smile at a chick and you expect her to smile back? It was.
I think this guy was just expecting pick me vibes, When he landed, he was just expecting women, a bunch of women all over him, Like the men out here, we also don't have our own reason and our own game.
It's like she didn't even feel the impotence to reciprocate the...
Black man, you nigga, you actually look like me. I think I even look better than you. How would you expect women to just flock around you for no reason?
The smile, like, it's just... that right there really me up a lot, because I was hoping they were like super friendly and super warm and approachable, but my experience doesn't personify that, guys.
Now, okay, Jay Rello says the women are ugly, they look like trash, in so many words. But in this particular instance, he's talking about the fact that he's trying to talk to the chicks or get them to respond, and he's having a problem doing that. So wait a minute. On one end, the women are ugly and unattractive, right? But then on another end, you're talking about the fact that these women out here are not giving you any play.
They just don't find him attractive, Kenyan women are just like any other women in this world. If they find you attractive, they are going to give you their time. But apparently, it looks like where you went, they saw you and they were like, this guy smells of, stinks of brokenness, and he stinks of desperation. Ama ni pia ni hizo energy zenye unakuwaga nazo ukisleep around with people on the internet. So probably they might have gotten a glimpse of who you are and they were just keeping a safe distance.
So what?
I don't think they will also like to end up with their cheeks being clapped on the internet.
Which one is it? Woo! Now let me just say this. I lived in Poland for a good 6 or 7 years. And Polish women are very attractive, very beautiful. But I am a pro-black, right? And so I'm a strong pro-black. And being a strong pro-black, you already know where most pro-blacks that are like myself stand with interracial relationships. I would never say that Polish women are not beautiful. In fact, I was in Ukraine, right next to Poland, and one of the top 5 most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life was a Ukrainian chick. It's real, God's honest truth. So it's not like I don't think that Caucasian women are beautiful. I'm just pro-black, right? And so I'm gonna stick with the sisters. But again,
I usually don't like how the word Caucasian sounds like some dick-sucking shit.
And I lived in Poland, and I know, like, if you're not really gonna deal with somebody, you just won't. And I didn't. I lived in Poland for 7 years. I never did a Polish chick. So
just call them white,
So for me, if I'm Jay Rello and I'm seeing all the chicks are not attractive, I think they all ugly. I mean, at that point, I'm probably gonna just leave and tell the audience, look, it's not cracking out here. I'm not really feeling it. I'm trying to go. But did Jay Rello do that?
Very true. Yeah, if you take your L, just take your L and walk away. Understand that you are not the you are not the cream de la cream of this society. Aye, goddamn.
No. What Jay Rello did was interesting. Instead of just leaving or going back home, he decided to pay for some cheeks that night. Now this thing can happen, Kenyan.
And mind you, in this country, the people who actually pay for chicks, they are the lowest of the low. If you are paying for chicks, game usha banned.
And whatever, trying to buy somebody to sleep with him, and he did, and he gets the lady in the room, the camera's on, and this happens.
I'm sleeping. No. You said yes. That's the only reason I brought you back, because you said yes. Money. I paid you already. I gave you $10,000 to come here. You didn't give it to me. You gave it to the company. Well, yeah, but you lied. So you lied? You lied to me? Get dressed.
So
what? This is how Kenyan women actually behave, especially the ones in online spaces like dating apps and other spaces like the clubs. If you actually deal with women from there, you need to know that it is risk versus reward, and most of the time it ends up on the risky side, because for us Kenyan men, we realize that you might come home with these types of chicks. Even clapping is not an issue, but you realize when you wake up you find that you don't have your electronics in the house, bana. So this guy was actually very fortunate that the girl only declined. He declined him to clap the chicks, bana.
He's telling her, get all your stuff, get out. So, because she doesn't want to do it anymore, right? And she's saying, look, you didn't pay me, you paid the agency, which means that, she was like being pimped out or something like that. This is not uncommon. You can find women on agencies. So women are typically working for agencies and they get a little cut, they have a madam or whatever, right? But then this happened.
Clothes on. Put your clothes on now. Oh, you in here.
During this particular clip, I can't show all of it, but this lady, I'm almost sure of it. There was some hitting sounds going on. It seems like he could have hit her or she could have hit him, but you can't see it, but it seemed like somebody got hit. Now here's the situation, and I think that he might hit her. Number one, you're streaming all of this online, all right? Now, do things like this happen with foreigners in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda? Absolutely, all right? There are times where women get mad or whatever, girlfriend, boyfriends fight, somebody steals somebody's money and it gets upset. But are you gonna
this guy got finessed?
Stream it? No, why would you stream it? Like, again, I understand that Rello is a content creator or a streamer, but you're a visitor, you're a Black American man, and then now you're doing this in a country that you don't live in.
I mean, if this guy is a streamer, he has to put on a show for his viewers. If his viewers are also funding these situations that he's getting himself into, then he has to give his viewers value for their money. But when it gets to the extreme of you maybe beating up or trying to be aggressive on our Kenyan women, even as Kenyan men, we are going to protect them. What the fuck are you doing? You actually need to go back home and figure out your values before you come back to the motherland. You can go watch and complete this video at Osheduk Jackson. I'm just going to leave it at that, and we can see why some Kenyan people do not like these people who are immigrating in this country. I even saw another video hapo hivi online. Let me show you. Acha nikuonyeshe. Kenyans just had caught a thief who had stolen Mzungu man's belongings along Parliament Road. This shows you that it is not only about Jairel or whoever, whatever his name is. This is about us as Kenyans protecting our values and our culture. Even this guy, huyu ameshakapitia, and he was so fortunate that he was in the uptown areas of the Nairobi CBD. If he was in the downtown areas, huyu tungekuwa tunamzika on the next few days. Unaona vile anapigwa mateke hapo. Other than that, YouTube thinks you might be interested in the video on your screen at the moment. Click on that video. I'm waiting to see you on the next one.